Laura Guzman, the director of the Mission Neighborhood Resource Center. She is also chair of the Local Homeless Coordinating Board, which is a body appointed by the mayor and the board of supervisors here in San Francisco that coordinates homeless services. And thirdly, I think one of the reasons that she was asked to be on the panel is that she is a real expert in de-escalation herself. And so at the center, there's constantly situations that need to be de-escalated verbally, and she's actually trained hundreds of people on de-escalation, and probably some people in this room have been to some of her trainings. And so anyway, I want to give her a warm welcome, and let's give it up for
Good evening. I'm actually here because I have been not only doing trainings for a lot of community-based organizations. We have trained, and this is what is interesting about the Taser debate, is at the same time that the officers are not complying with crisis intervention response, we've been training in the city of San Francisco hundreds and hundreds of nonprofit community-based organizations to really master a nonviolent model of crisis intervention. That is very much what David is talking about. It's a model that not only helps us when someone is in crisis, but also helps us to keep their care and dignity as well. And this is really important. Because, you know, there's something about crisis, and I'm also talking as a sexual abuse survivor and someone living with PTSD, is we need more love, no more tasers. That's what I say, right? And I want to talk very briefly about this crisis model, because the folks that have graduated from Hull, raise your hand, graduates, all the Hull graduates, 2 years in a row, and now the current Hull interns are training on this model. So one thing we're doing is we're already taking this model into the community. We're learning to support each other in moments of crisis, at the same time that we're working our own trauma stories. So that's one of the things that Hull does so well, is to train us about, you know, in our own stories of both, you know, mental illness and trauma, how can we sustain each other? The police officers need that training as well, to stay in control, to not be punitive, to really learn what it takes to work with people with mental illness. And I'll tell you, working in the front lines, in 12 years I can tell you how many 5150s I've seen by police. And I can tell you a good 10% were okay. A good 90% were not. The officers themselves escalate people who are saying they're going to kill themselves. They escalate people who are compliant and living with them peacefully.
Yes.
They do that sometimes in the police car. I have sometimes to call, and you know, and I work mostly with Mission Police Stations, so I have to, you know, claim that I work mostly with the district. I have to call the captain oftentimes to let them know I was not happy with that 5150. So we still need so much training to do to police officers to assist in crisis, let alone talking about tasers. Okay? And I want to say, I heard, is it $1 million we're talking about? Is that correct? $1 million? That's what I heard from the whole trainers? Okay, so we're talking about $1 million, folks. I'm sure this audience can tell the commission and the city what we can do with $1 million. Am I right? We don't need $1 million in tasers. We need $1 million to, again, if any of that money goes to really train police officers to do this intervention, also we can put this money to train our community. This is where the power lies. So with that, I have a little bit of the model. It's just a little sample. You see it has peace signs on it, no tasers, right? This is what I use and what we use. And again, an opportunity, you know, I'll be here. I'm more than willing to hear what the community has to say. Thank you so much.